you spend time comparing yourself to other parents on social media and feel you come up short? Well, it's time to stop looking at what you are not doing and start valuing yourself. Regardless of your natural human foibles, you are still the best parent for your kids. Clinical psychologist Dr. Sharon Saline is here to offer some guidance for parents to make the most of yourself as a parent. Good morning, Dr. Saline.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. Dr. Saline, you have a few tips we should keep in mind. What's your first one?
Yes, so we want to follow these steps to try to nurture your own authenticity in your relationships with your kids, and as Mother's Day is coming, perhaps with your mothers, and for those of you who are out there as mothers, this is particularly important for you. So the first tip is to notice your courageous behavior over the years. Reflect on the ways that you took risks and did things with your kids that make you proud. How did you parent them in ways that were unique to your family? Are there specific family memories that warm your heart? Look over your photos for reminders of these times or your videos and write down some of your recollections. This way you can refer back to those highlights when things are a little more tough.
You know, Sharon, my kids didn't come with a handbook, and I know I've had some parenting hiccups along the way. Should I be beating myself up over some of my parenting mistakes?
Absolutely not. I mean, we want to be accountable. Yes, we've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. You've made mistakes. Who hasn't? We all do and say things that we wish we hadn't. The key to self-forgiveness, though, is owning your stuff. Give a genuine apology about an incident that you regret on Mother's Day or Father's Day as a gift to your children and yourself. No excuses or explanations, but rather, hey, I did this and I know I hurt you and I'm truly sorry for that. I'm working on changing this behavior to do things differently in the future. This lets your kids know that you're aware of something that you're doing that isn't working and you're trying to change it, and it models for them how to do that.
You know, Dr. Saline, as a parent, we all want the best for our kids, and we tend to sacrifice some of our own life for the betterment of our kids. But is that the right approach?
You know, personal sacrifice isn't what being a good parent is about. You want to show up for yourself and show up for others. You know, it's that old sort of thing when you go on the airplane and you put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then your children. If you're depleted, if you're stressed, you're not going to be able to be the best parent you know you can be. So instead of criticizing your efforts as not good enough, instead of trying to control situations or people in an effort to fit reality into a perfect picture of what parenting is in your mind, show up for yourself without judgment. When you put yourself in the picture, accept yourself, warts and all, you begin to fill up your own bucket. Then you're better able to show up for others.
You know, as parents, I think each of us wants to help our kids out of different situations and to make their life a little bit easier and to help them along the way. But should I be really doing that as a parent?
Well, it's a really fine line, actually, Patrick, because we don't want to see our kids experience perpetual failure. But sometimes stumbling and a failure here and there actually builds resilience. It builds a growth mindset, knowing that you've tried something, it hasn't worked, and you can try something again. So most people don't want other people to solve their problems. They want to feel heard. They want to feel cared about and supported in coming to their own conclusions. And this is particularly true of middle school students, teens, and definitely emerging adults. So when we pressure ourselves as parents to fix things and make things happen and resolve everybody's conflicts, we often overstep and actually make things worse inadvertently. So meet your kids where they are, not where you think they should be based on your vision of what child is supposed to be or what your child is supposed to be, or peer comparisons. Listen to what they're telling you with their words, their emotions, and their bodies. Ask if they want your advice before you give it, particularly for those older teens and young adults. More than good grades or clean rooms, your kids want to feel connected with you and see that they matter. So turn on the music, dance around, and clean up the kitchen all at the same time. Have fun, even with the boring stuff. This is what they will fondly remember, and you will too.
Now, Dr. Saline, one last question for you. Does it matter whether you have younger kids? My kids are now in their 20s, so can some of these tips still occur for those kids too who are older?
Absolutely. These tips go from 5 to 25 or older. You know, these are basic skills for parenting. Notice your courageous behavior, be accountable, show up for yourself, and then you'll be able to show up better for others and nurture connections instead of solving problems.
Always such great advice from you, Dr. Sharon Saline. We appreciate you being on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Patrick. Have a great day.